This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 380, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Welcome to another Friday edition of Optimal Health Daily. Fridays are where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet, and nutrition, and lots more. You send in the audio, and I answer it. Now, before we get to today's question, a big thank you to Talkspace for sponsoring this episode. Talkspace is the online therapy company that lets you choose from over 1,500 licensed therapists. Get matched with your perfect therapist who can put you on the path to a happier life. For a special offer just for you, visit Talkspace.com/OHD. Now, without further ado, let's hear today's question as we optimize your life.
This is Andrew from Pennsylvania. I know that both proper sleep and daily exercise are important for overall health. But if you had to choose between one or the other because of time constraints, which one would it be? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Andrew. Now, every Friday, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics sends me an email with a long list of published articles related to nutrition. Most of the articles come from scholarly sources, so basically they're showing me what data has been published, but occasionally they send me an article from the mainstream media. Being the giant nerd I am, I love reading through these emails because it helps me to stay current with the latest nutrition research. Now, this past week, the Academy sent me an article titled Sleep versus Exercise, and that was published in the New York Times. I thought to myself, wait a minute, I think one of my listeners named Andrew sent me this very same question. So, the stars must have been aligned, and it must be time for me to respond to your question. So here's my take on which behavior, regular sleep or daily exercise, I would choose. Now, I'm guessing that this question may have arisen from the fact that there simply does not seem to be enough hours in the day to accomplish both. Yet both are super important for long-term health and wellness. You may have heard that most adults need 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night. We're actually learning that for most healthy adults, a minimum of 7 uninterrupted hours of sleep each night is the sweet spot. Sleeping for 7 hours allows the body enough time to go in and out of deep, restorative sleep, sometimes called REM sleep, which helps repair and replenish the body's cells, especially the cells of the immune system, which is our body's natural defense against harmful bacteria and viruses. We also know that regular exercise is vital for overall health and wellness. Longtime listeners of this podcast can probably list at least 5 reasons exercise is so beneficial. It keeps your heart healthy, it improves mood, it reduces systemic inflammation, basically reducing the amount of stress your cells are going through, and it keeps your brain young, and it helps you sleep longer and deeper. That's right, regular physical activity helps you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Now, listen to the health benefits of getting adequate sleep and see if there are any that sound familiar. Getting enough sleep keeps your heart healthy, it improves mood, it reduces systemic inflammation, and keeps your brain young. So at the same time, if you don't get a good night's sleep, you won't be motivated to exercise. So it's no surprise that both of these behaviors are very dependent on each other. Many will often sacrifice their sleep in order to squeeze in a workout. For example, you may wake up after only 5.5 hours of sleep to go to the gym before heading off to work or school. Or you may end up only getting 5.5 hours of sleep because you went to bed late the night before to squeeze in that evening run. So here's my bottom line. I would place getting adequate sleep just slightly above getting your daily exercise fix. Again, only slightly. Getting those 7 uninterrupted hours of solid sleep may prevent damage to muscles and will reduce your risk for injury when you're working out, which gives sleep the slight edge. But that doesn't mean that you should skip being active completely. Remember, the Surgeon General admits that breaking up your activity into small increments throughout the day still leads to health benefits. So even if you don't have time to get in that 30-minute workout, by taking the stairs instead of the elevator, for example, that would count towards your physical activity for the day. Walking to and from class counts. Doing chores around the house also counts. Then all of these add up to your physical activity quota and still provide health benefits. Now, what if you're looking for something a little bit more intense? Yeah, taking the stairs instead of the elevator or walking to and from class is all good, but you want something more structured. The other day, I was running late for a meeting, but I knew I wanted to squeeze in a quick workout before I headed to the office. Now, I used to be one of those melodramatic fools that believed if I'm not spending at least 45 minutes at the gym, then I'm not getting in a good workout. But I've come to learn how wrong I was. So when I was running late for that meeting the other day, I finished a 7.5-minute workout at home with no equipment. And I was completely gassed afterwards. The workout took only 7.5 minutes, and yet I felt so accomplished. And I got in a solid workout. So if you're strapped for time, maybe run a mile as fast as you can. For most folks, it should only take you about 8 minutes total, max. Boom, you're done. Hit the showers and get on with your day. Now, how do you know whether the activity you just finished was worthwhile? How did I know that 7.5 minutes was enough for me? Ask yourself these 2 questions when you're done. 1. Am I breathing heavily? If yes, perfect. If you're breathing heavily, it means your heart is working hard. And 2, do any of my muscles feel fatigued? If yes, then you've worked those muscles adequately. On days when you need that quick workout, those 2 questions, if you said yes to both, is enough. So again, getting in some solid physical activity does not have to come at the expense of getting enough sleep. There are enough hours in the day to accomplish both. You may just have to get a little bit more creative. Thank you again for the question, Andrew. You'll be entered into a very small raffle every month to win a book, the next raffle being on Monday. And a big thank you again to Talkspace for keeping the show going. Talkspace is the online therapy company that makes it easy to connect with an experienced, licensed therapist that you pick based on your preferences. And it's very affordable, a lot less than traditional therapy. You can send your therapist text, audio, and video messages, or even do a live video chat. Talkspace therapists are fully licensed and go through a rigorous screening process. Plus, they've done thousands of hours of supervised professional training. You can get matched with your perfect therapist at Talkspace.com/OHD. And we have a special just for you. You can use the coupon code OHD to get $30 off your first month, all while showing your support for this podcast. That's the code OHD, and you can use that at Talkspace.com/OHD. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the show. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will be back here on New Year's Day where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.